People in Boston have paid a very high price for cleaning their harbor and fixing the city's water and sewer system. Protecting that investment also means being more careful about what we throw down the pipeline. That's why the Boston Water and Sewer Commission is holding an event Friday night to raise awareness. To explain, here's our guest from the commission, the Director of Communications and External Relations, Jeanne Richardon. Thank you very much for being with us, Jeanne.
Oh, great. I am very happy to be here.
Jeanne, we have a pipeline problem, and the solution here is environmental hip-hop.
Environmental hip-hop.
Explain that.
Exactly. Well, when you think of sewer backups or environmental problems, you don't always think of, music or a fun way to present it. But the Boston Water and Sewer Commission is very interested in the environment, and we have been going into the schools to educate young children about what they can do to help protect the environment, why the environment is so important to them and their future. We've been talking to, adults and volunteer groups around awareness and doing storm drain stenciling, but now we have an event that is going to reach a middle ground. Young people who we need to engage their help in helping us to protect the environment.
Well, we're not just picking on young people. I think there's some adults who do some of these things that we really should avoid doing. So let's talk about what these things are. Like stuff that we throw down the drain, maybe?
Yes, there's two things that we're trying to do. We're trying to look at indoor behavior and outdoor behavior and how that can protect the environment. So outside, when you're walking your pet, we're asking people to scoop the poop or to pick up pet waste and not leave it on the ground, because when it rains, then that pet waste gets into the sewer system. It's on the ground. It gets right into Boston Harbor. Another thing we're asking people to do is not to dump anything into the catch basins that you see on the street. Those basins in the street are for stormwater, so they very nicely take stormwater away. But if there's oil or paint or trash and things that can get into the catch basins, that will drain directly to Boston Harbor as well. So those are both major problems outdoors, and we want people to be aware of that. Inside your home, things can back up your sewer. So if people pour fats, oil, or grease, we call it fog, F-O-G, fog. If people pour that down the drain, that will also cause a sewer backup. So we're asking people to cool it, can it, and trash it. And what that means is when you have grease from cooking, pour it into a container. Put it in the refrigerator until your container is full, and then throw the container out with the trash. Do not pour grease down your drain because it causes a sewer backup.
Now, if you're not careful about this, you pour the grease down the drain. You say, well, it's liquid, it's going down, the gravity will take care of it. But I guess it's not as simple as that.
It's really not that simple. And some people even pour hot water behind grease that they're pouring down the drain. And my example is always, if it's hot now, will it be hot by the time it gets to the end of your plumbing pipe? The answer is no. So we never want people to pour grease down the drain, not at all.
What about things like wipes?
Yes, another major area for pollution and sewer backups is people putting things other than toilet paper into their, into the bathroom. So that includes baby wipes, includes cleaning cloths, it includes facial wipes. Any kind of cloth should not be put into the toilet. Those things should be thrown directly in the trash. So our little message there is keep wipes out of pipes, and you'll prevent sewer backups that way. People just don't think about these things.
Right. Now, I know some of us adults, sometimes we forget, or sometimes maybe no one ever explained it to us, but you're also focusing with an event like this on a younger audience.
Well, we want to get the message out, and we think one way that we can get the message out is to engage people in understanding what we really mean. So by having an environmental hip-hop event, we're asking people to come, make up your own rap or music around one of these 4 messages and be in a competition that will have people on stage. But we'll also have some positive rap artists from the Boston area. We have 2 artists that are presenting. They're both from Dorchester. One is Fran P. and the other one is Acrobatic. They're well known, and they are also going to be sharing with our guests that night messages about the environment.
So the other reason to go to this is that you want to see how these fellows do it.
Yes, that's right. And also to give young rappers an opportunity to really strut their stuff, to be able to come up and be able to share with the group on stage messages about the environment and what they plan to do, because it's, people understand the messages, but it's remembering them. And sometimes you remember them with a catchy little saying or a catchy phrase or a way of putting it.
Well, I know you talk about recognition, and I know people do that on Facebook, but at an event like this, you're downtown, and there's a different kind of audience, sometimes in the neighborhood, sometimes some other places. What difference does that make?
Well, I think we're a citywide agency, and so we're looking to educate citywide. City Hall is a central location. Everyone can get there. And I think we want to educate the residents as well as visitors, as well as anyone who's around, no matter what age group. We're also going to have a band. We're going to have an R&B band, Biscuits and Gravy. So there's music for everyone. We're going to have a DJ. So it's just going to be a fun time.
A good party for more than one generation.
Yes,
we should mention
absolutely.
exactly the time on City Hall Plaza.
Friday, August 7th, City Hall Plaza from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
Jeanne Richardon from the Boston Water and Sewer Commission.